cases of banditry attacks, a contrast of the situation in Moyale town, where the government has intensified police patrols and intelligence operations, thereby upscaling security. Kevin Wachira puts into perspective the two sides of Moyale's security situation. Have a look.
Moyale town, popularly known as Moyale Raha, to mean a hub of leisure, is currently basking in stable security and robust trade. This stability is a result of intensified security patrols and intelligence operations in the town done by the Kenyan government, especially after the launch of Moyale one-stop border point by President Uhuru Kenyatta in December last year. But the situation is different in the outskirts of the town, which borders Ethiopia. Cases of insecurity are on the rise in Funanida and Elle, borre, forcing some of the residents to vacate.
Tunafahamiwa na shifta kutoka North Hor. Hakuna mtu alibaki hapa, tulitoroka yote sababu ya security. Hatuna security. CDF ilijenga nyumba mingi ya askari huko. Hakuna askari hapo. Tulitoroka wote, watoto walifanya mitihani huko Walda. Sababu tunahofia usalama wetu juu shifta kutoka North Hor.
Adjacent schools of Rawana and Walda Primary were both closed due to external threats posed by attacks from neighboring communities. Class 8 pupils from the two schools were forced to sit for the exams in other schools due to banditry attacks in the area. This, according to locals, resulted to mass exam failure, with top scorers getting below 250 marks out of a possible 500 marks.
Mitihani iliyopita ya KCP wanafunzi wa upande wetu walianguka vibaya kwa sababu yani mbeleni walikuwa wanaendelea poa, lakini matokeo ya juzi ilikuwa si ya kuridhisha. Ni vile tulitokea kwetu, sasa tunaendelea na environment ambayo si yetu. Tulikuwa tunateseka hapa, mateso ndio mingi sana kuliko vile tunaendelea na maisha yetu.
Locals of Funanida area are now internally displaced persons, having run from their residences and establishing improvised homes in the nearby bushes of Nankumbi.
Maisha imekuwa ngumu kulingana na ile maisha tulikuwa tunaishi hapo mbeleni. Sasa tunaishi tu chini ya miti usiku. Tunachapa tuna mosquito hapo nje. Hata mablanketi hakuna, baridi ndio hiyo. Tunaishi tu maisha ngumu kama hiyo.
Moyale MP Kalichagufu laments lack of commitment by national government to ensure security is maintained in the region.
For us to have at least clear government security on the ground, we have constructed houses for police at Elle Dimtu, Elle Bor, Funanida, Funankumbi, but up to date, there's no single police officer in those areas. That clearly shows that there's a failure on the government, on the side of government. All the police officers are just in Sololo town or Moyale or other areas, but they are also systematically put at Forole, at Torbi, to guard the other side, which is actually attacking us all the time.
What I can say is that there's isolated instances, but all the time the area is calm. Just sporadic kuibania ng'ombe, sporadic attacks from the neighboring communities, but most of the time the area is calm and manageable security-wise. There are only those isolated cases of stock theft, then revenge attacks.
At Elle Dimtu, where 400 heads of cattle were reported to have been stolen, village elders attribute the interclan conflict to political instigations.
What has come up right now is clearly seen that there is some political instigation, political issues, which has come up just to put these people to come and fight themselves. For reasons not, if you could just find out from an elder, call an elder right now, ask him why you are fighting with the Gabra. He has no explanation. You go to the Gabra elder, you ask him, why are you fighting with the Boran? He can't give you an answer there. But what there is here is very clear, that there is something behind all these issues.
Despite police reforms in Kenya and strengthened local governance put in place to tackle insecurity problems, availability of unlicensed gun holders, complacency by local administrators, and inadequate policing has turned this part of northern Kenya into a nightmare for residents and unattractive to businessmen. Although Moyale has tremendous economic potential, the continued robberies and banditry attacks have diminished its value and prospective. Kevin Wachira, Channel 1 News.